Okay, and we are live. Hi, everyone. It's so great to see you. Welcome to our live event. I'm here with our graduate, Alex. Hey, Alex, how are you?
Everybody, what's going on?
I love the banana man. I love the cheetah outfit.
Yes. Got
It's
to
all,
dress up right.
yeah, I know. It's all working very well. So just a few announcements. Just hi, everyone. Welcome. Please feel free to comment. Um, in the comments. Is anyone here? Are we live? I don't see any comments yet. So who's going to be our first comment? Oh, we got one. Okay, great. All right. So why don't our applicants let us know where you are from, and our students let us know what you're studying so we can differentiate between the two. Alex is a UoPeople grad, so feel free to ask him any questions in the comments. I'm sure he'll be more than happy to answer them. So Alex has been on before, so thank you again, Alex, for
Thank
being here today. So Alex, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself? Where are you living? Where are you from? What's your story?
I'm originally from Canada, just outside of Vancouver, BC. My background is performing arts, everything performing arts. It's been about 25 years since I started, and no, I'm not that old. It sounds a lot older than I really am. So I grew up doing performing arts, everything theater, acting, then later got involved in dance. Then since I graduated first college, moved to Mexico. So I've been performing coast to coast in Mexico, and then there hit a time and had to make a bit of a career adjustment, and left the coast, performing on the coasts, went to Mexico City, started teaching English, because what does an international do when you're living in a non-English speaking country? You teach English, right? Good default. And then some schools, they found out I had a lot of performance, theater, dance on my resume, and they said, hey, we need someone to be in charge of our dance or theater program. So that's how that all got rolling. And then eventually it landed me my current position in Cancun at a private school, where I'm head of the performing arts department.
Oh, you are living the dream, living in Cancun. So, what's the weather like there now? Is it quite hot?
Uh, Sun, a little bit of cloud, lots of blue sky. It's
Oh,
about 29-ish degrees Celsius.
I'm so jealous.
I went to
Uh,
the beach yesterday. I'm sorry. No, not really.
well, I saw the sun come in, and I was like, oh, please. Okay, so maybe you can talk a little bit about why you wanted to pursue higher education.
A lot of things were very limited at the time with the studies that I did have, and I was delving into a lot of entrepreneurial activities and projects, and I'd go to these big networking events, and there'd be these executives, really nice people, willing to chat and shoot the stuff and all that. And I had a kind of a business, well, not kind of a business. I had a promotion publicity agency that I was working in, and I was doing all this networking stuff. And rule of thumb in the performance world: fake it till you make it. And I was doing a lot of faking it, and a lot of times I did make it, but I didn't feel that I had enough of a background. So I knew I needed something a little bit more with an understanding of the business world, how it worked, and understanding more of these terms. So I was looking for some sort of education that would give me a heavy piece of paper that could be like, yo, I know what I'm talking about. So I was Googling stuff, and a lot of the stuff that pops up for universities post-secondary is all brick and mortar. You got to be in at a certain time, very expensive. And I'm like, I'm just sort of making rent and covering my base costs as it is. So I don't have time or money to put into post-secondary education. And so then I found University of the People. And like everybody who's been on with you, Jess, has said, it sounds like too good to be true.
Right.
And as everyone who's in here will know and can attest to, that it's not too good to be true. The backing and the foundation that is set up for a UoPeople is second to none. The professors, the instructors, they're top level. The information is top level, and the interaction that people have with one another, and being able to network and learn from people from around the world. I don't think there's any other university that offers that, unless you go out yourself and you go into different Facebook groups or wherever you try and network with all these people. University of the People has created that platform for people to go out and do that.
Very well said. Thank you, Alex. Okay, so maybe you can talk a little bit about, you kind of touched on it, but we'll circle back, some of your challenges in the past with getting higher education. I know you are quite the traveler. Kind of seems like you don't like to sit in one place. I don't know, I'm just getting that vibe. So if you can talk a little bit about that and how the flexibility of University of the People has helped you.
For sure. The flexibility was the main thing for me, because I never have sort of just one 9 to 5 thing going on. I always have like my main job that covers my bread and butter, and then I have all these other projects. And so without having to be glued to a certain time period where everybody has to log in at a certain time, is sort of a gift that everyone who's in the university can be like, yo, I love being able to study on my own time. Me studying with University of the People, Jesse, you probably know, was sort of the ultimate test, because during that time, these are the different things that happened. So once I lost my job while I was studying, I went through a major earthquake in Mexico City. And then during my last term, I went through 2 hurricanes in Cancun.
Show me those pictures. That was insane. You were without power. There were trees everywhere. I'm so happy you were safe and okay.
Yeah.
You a lot of experiences when you were studying with us.
Yeah, the elements were saying, oh, you really want to complete this? Okay, well, here's an earthquake. Here's a hurricane. Oh, you're still going? Have another one. But, like the instructors, the advisors, Jess and her team, if anyone goes through anything like that, everyone's really great, and everybody wants the students to succeed. So if you have any problems like that, you're like, yo, I don't know what's going on. This is going on. Major weather things, act of whoever you pray to is happening, and I'm without power, and you're able to get those messages out. Send out those messages, and people they'll get your back.
Yeah, definitely. We're definitely here for you guys. That reminds me to just do a little plug that if anyone has any questions ever, you're more than welcome to reach out to me on social media. We have a great social media team who will respond to your questions or comments. You can always reach out to your advisor. If you're an applicant and you have questions, you can reach out to admissions@uopeople.edu. Everyone's here for you, student, applicant, it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's talk about your experience at University of the People. You met a lot of other students while you were studying there. What were the classes like, courses, instructors? Whatever you can do to tell us about your experience would be great.
Being involved in dance involves a lot of pattern and repetition. So knowing that every Thursday the new week starts, and then you have A, B, C tasks that you got to do. So if you're able to set up your routine or your pattern, then it makes it very easy to sort of go through kind of rinse and repeat kind of cycle, which, if it works for you, great. But like I've said before, it's not for everybody. Some people need that face-to-face interaction. But if you're a person that works great on your own, I work great on my own. Maybe I developed a bit of a chip on my shoulder having to learn so many things on my own by now. But if that's sort of your pace of learning, it's great. Being able to interact with people from around the world. There's lots of people from Africa. I learned a lot of things about Africa that I never knew. I've met a couple people in my course of life from Africa, but knowing what's going on there right now was really interesting to see what was going on. And then different people's paths in the US, some people from Canada, Europe.
Right.
Just amazing experience being able to learn and communicate with people from all corners of the globe.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, we do have over 50,000 students studying with us from over 200 countries and territories. So there's lots of experiences to, there's lots of opportunities to learn from like so many different people. Okay, let's shift it a little bit. So you graduated. So why don't you talk about when you graduated and what you've been up to since you graduated?
Okay, so I graduated end of term 1 this year. So that was beginning of November, or November 1st, I believe it ended. So I went through the 2 hurricanes trying to get everything submitted. I, fought to get those final exams done. I did the final exams. Grades were posted. I took a deep breath and I went, okay, now what? If anyone else has gone through the grad process at UoPeople, you kind of finish and it's been your life for 4+ years, and that's your main focus. When you have your free time, you go and you do the discussion forums, you do the written assignments, the learning journals, the readings, the whatever. And so once you finish it, you just have this sort of weight that's lifted, and it's like, I lost something. I have all this time, so now what? Also, because of the COVID times that we're in, a lot of things are shut down. And what part of my passion is teaching dance and spreading the word, the gospel of dance. So if one thing that I plan to do is I plan to open up some sort of a dance experience studio where people just want to dance, that need that physical interaction, that love dance, but they don't necessarily want to compete. They just like to move because it feels right. That's one of the plans that I have, and a lot of people. A lot of studios in Mexico that I've seen, they go the competition route. And that's not really where my passion is. I'm like, hey, let's dance because it feels good. And you feel good dancing.
I imagine that.
Yeah, so with COVID times, protocols, it's sort of waiting, but just building that base, getting the network together, getting all the right people in place. So just doing a few private classes and some smaller sort of things. Back in August to November, I was doing live globe dance parties on Instagram. So if you guys want, in the comments, if you want to see some more of that, you can get a hold of me on Instagram. Again, go see some of those past classes, and I'd love more than anything to get those started again. I'm thinking probably February. Okay. Get the black lights set up and get the glow clothes on.
I think they're so fun, and it's a great excuse to like move your body and release all the stress that we have going on. I just imagine you born as a dancer, like you just like were a baby dancer. How did you? This is not really related, but how did you get into the dance? Were you just always dancing?
I like dance. I don't consider it as my number one. Like when I was a kid, I had a lot of energy. Like I went from crawling to running. I never had that walking period. I was always bouncing around, and my mom had an appreciation for dance, so she threw me into dance, and then that went on for a few years, and I wanted to be like all my cousins. They were playing soccer, so I started playing soccer. Left that, got into acting, doing film and television in Vancouver, and did that for several years. Got into theater in high school, and usually like when you're in middle school, high school, it's like when you do musicals, you have like the rows. So like all the good dancers are at the front, and then you sort of sieve and push back the ones who can't really get the steps. So it was like the row of the dancer girls and Alex who could kind of pick up the steps, like the token guy who could kind of get it.
Right.
And then it wasn't until I went to college when I was like 17, 18, where I really got into dance and got the formal training. So it's never too late to start. And there's many.
This is great. A great message. It's never too late to start anything that you're passionate about. I love that so much.
Your heart has a beat, music has a beat, everybody can dance.
Oh, I love that. That's so sweet. So, okay, let's circle back to what you want to do or what you plan on doing, and how do you think UoPeople helped you in your career
path? Everything goes back to business. You got to be able to market yourself. You got to be able to sell it. You got to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in the product that you're selling, then no one's going to buy it. If you're trying to sell a toothbrush, you got to believe that's the best darn toothbrush that's going to clean your teeth whiter than anything, right? So it's the same thing if you got a business. In my case, I am my business. So if I don't believe in myself and the product that I'm selling, which is dance and movement and feeling good. If I don't feel good, I'm not going to be able to transmit that when I say, oh, hey, I need a space. Can you give me a space? I need this, I need that. Oh, hey, you people, you want to dance because it feels good? Yeah, come on and dance.
Right.
So it all comes back to being able to set up that business and being able to market it and knowing how to market it. And so UoPeople, studying Bachelor's of Science in Business Admin, I'm able to sort of build that entire structure and not just kind of wing it, be like, okay, I need a space, I need a speaker, and I need people. It's like, yeah, those are kind of the basic elements, but there's a whole lot of other stuff that goes into there, such as budgeting. I'm not good with numbers, but UoPeople help me, figure out how to do financing and budgeting and all that sort of stuff.
Right. And what I love that that it's just funny because that's like, I feel like artists aren't typically numbers people, so that's why I'm kind of laughing to myself that you said that.
Dancers count to 8, and then we start over from 1.
That's so true.
Side story. I actually had students. They're grade 8 students. My first year at the school in Cancun, and I said to the group, I said, Mr. Alex is not good at math. Mr. Alex only knows how to count to 8, and then I go back to 1. And then the students later, during one of their breaks, ran all worried into the office. They're like, "Is it true, Mr. Alex doesn't know how to count past 8?"
That's so cute. So Alex, what are your tips? Sorry, excuse me. I can't speak. You can't count. I can't speak. What are your tips for students or graduates who are looking to advance their career?
Figure out what you want. If you don't know what you want and you don't have a passion for something, don't waste your time. If you have a passion and you kind of do know what you want, UoPeople, they have several options. Don't just jump into it and then, after a semester, a couple terms, after a year, figure out, oh, this really isn't what I want to do. So, but if you do kind of know what you want to do in the direction you want to go, then, start looking for those paths and build your team. Start networking. Get someone who can help you, be your coach, be your cheerleader. Get those people behind you. There's only so much you can do alone.
This is very true. And what special advice would you give to a person interested in your career field?
Which one of all of them?
I know, seriously. Why don't you pick which one you want to answer? Let's do that.
Oh, you're making it hard on me now.
I don't want to make it hard. That's not why I'm here. I'm actually supposed to make it easier. So let's make it easier. So I think that dance is amazing. But why don't we talk about being a teacher, maybe? Okay, you choose between a teacher or like an entrepreneur, because you are an entrepreneur.
Okay, I'll go the entrepreneur route. That's a bit better for this. So first, you figure out what you want to sell. Again, what's your passion? What do you want to do? So once you figure that out, then you create your plan. You can go backwards. So create your plan from, okay, this is where I want to get to, this is what I want to sell, and then you start filling in all the gaps. What do you have right now? What's your base? So then you start filling in all those gaps. Then probably the most important thing that has ever worked for me is you start networking. You start building your base. You start playing, 6 degrees of separation.
Yeah.
Who is in between you and where you want to get to? Luckily, with the internet, we're now 3 degrees of separation away from anywhere and anyone that we want to get to. So once you figure out where you are, create your sort of immediate network, who you can tap into, and then you just connect the dots all the way to the end.
Yep, absolutely. That's really great advice. I don't know if you can hear my dog
Say hi
crying.
to Edie.
Yeah, he's crying. I don't know why. Okay, that's really great advice. I think that you've had a lot of really great things to say, as usual. Where can people find you if they want to keep up with what you're doing?
As I mentioned, I'm on Instagram. I don't know if it shows up in my name at the bottom there.
I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but why don't you do a little plug?
Okay, on Instagram, I'm at The Cool Alex Show. And you can also find me on YouTube. I got a bunch of dance workout classes. I have the glow parties are up there as well. So you can see those replays. There's also, those are the glow dance parties. They're usually like a 20-minute fun little, cardio burst, get the blood pumping. And then there's some full-on like 1 hour-ish classes that are up there as well. So, if you like those, let me know. I can put more together. Always love to do that. And then you guys actually contacted me back in December.
Yes, Alex. Yes, do that plug. You words out of my mouth, but I'll let you plug it.
Okay, so You of the People is officially on TikTok, and
that's not true. We're not officially on TikTok.
Oh, sorry.
It's in the plans. It's in the plans. But we did ask Alex to make a TikTok video, which he did, and we will be premiering. Sorry, now I'm taking it back. Sorry, Alex. I don't know. Okay. So we did contact Alex to create a TikTok video, which we are going to release today within the hour. So stay tuned. It will definitely be on Facebook for sure. So check it out there. It will be on Facebook in the next hour and maybe our other platforms a little bit later. But it's a really great video. encourage everyone to check it out. And the TikTok video will be used on our TikTok channel eventually, but we're going to release it on social media. So, and I want to thank you, Alex, for taking the time to create such an amazing video.
Absolutely.
It's so cool. I love it so much. It's like so creative and it's so Alex. So that will be across all channels, but it'll definitely be on Facebook in the next hour. So don't forget to check it out. And
Luckily, I was traveling. Luckily, I was planning to travel, and so I got these really cool backgrounds.
Yeah, it turned out amazing. It'll put the biggest smile on your face, and I think we can all use some smiles these days. So, okay, so Alex, I don't want to take up any more of your time. Anything else you want to say?
I've kind of been watching the chat a little bit as we've been going on, and I think there's some people that are sort of interested. They're on the fence, and they still have doubts about it. I'm not paid by UoPeople. Given my honest opinion, my honest experience, it is a great school. It's not a scam. It might sound too good to be true, but it really isn't. It's a very wholesome background and foundation that the school is built on, and they just want to get education out to the people. Just like in many countries, they have free education, and so they really want the world to advance. They want to give people the knowledge so that we can all advance everywhere.
This is our mission. Yes, exactly. And thank you for that nice plug, Alex. You couldn't have said it any better. So there is a link in the description of this event where you can apply to University of the People. Just copy and paste it into your browser. If we didn't answer your questions, I'm sorry. We will review and respond to every single question, not to worry. And if you guys have anything you want to say or like any questions, contact us on social media. You can contact your advisor. You can contact admissions. We're here for you. And I want to thank Alex so much for your time. It's always a pleasure to talk to you and to keep up with you on Instagram. I love your account. It's really great. I recommend everyone check it out. And don't forget to look at our Facebook channel for the TikTok release today within the hour. All right, Alex, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thanks, everybody.
Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.